So an area, when we were laying out this building, this is 4 stories. We're going to start construction next year. Uh, the area plans, you'll remember, are separate drawings, but use the model as a backdrop. However, they calculate area from what are called area boundaries. So if I select area boundary, and then you can assign a color scheme. Let's say I were doing a restaurant. I had seating area, kitchen, bar, lounge, whatever. I had a budget of 5,000 square feet. So I'm drawing boundary lines. And area plans allow you to define areas within area boundary lines. So I click on area, and if I click inside boundary lines, let me change the scale of this so so the text is bigger. You remember this from the 2 drawings you had to make with the exits and the available spaces. But for schematic design, this is a really powerful tool. I'm not testing you on this, but I'm showing you this, so I hope you'll use it going forward. Text. Let me type some notes here. Imagine this was a kitchen, seating area. Kitchen. Bar, lounge. Restrooms. And say I wanted a different color for the different parts of the program. Then what I would do, right now it has this legend that has nothing in particular to it, but I could select it and edit it. And I could say, when the name changes, give me a different color. Gives me a little warning, says, it's not going to preserve my parameters. That's okay. So now anytime the name changes, gives me a different color. I got 5,000 square feet. I can't have a seating area that's 6,100 square feet. So I can change the boundaries of this. You see how that gets smaller? Maybe I want a different color for the kitchen. Let's make the kitchen red. Or that color, whatever that is. For example, commercial kitchens, when I look up in table 1004, occupancy, I know this stuff doesn't mean anything right now, and you've heard it before, you may have forgotten it, but occupant load, it's the last thing we're going to do. Table 1004, tells you how much space you have to put aside for each particular function. If I'm opening a restaurant, I could start with how big a restaurant do I want to open, how many people I want to serve, 50 people, or I might start with, okay, I have 5,000 square feet, how big a restaurant can I open? Doesn't matter, one way or another, the same calculations are made. Let's start with a restaurant is what's called a place of assembly. Assembly without fixed seats, unconcentrated tables and chairs. I need 15 square feet for each person in a restaurant. So let's say I want to open Blake's Fried Chicken, but I don't want to serve more than 50 people at a time. I don't want a restaurant that of capacity more than 50 people. So that dining room for 50 people needs to be, each person has to have 15 square feet to himself or herself. So I take 50 times 15. I need 750 square feet for 50 people to sit down and dine in Blake's Fried Chicken. Seating area. Whoop, we got the flying saucer syndrome there. Got to be careful. Everything's getting distorted. $750 square feet. How many people do I need to make fried chicken for 50 people? How many people in the kitchen to make fried chicken for 50 people? Take a guess. You think I know? I don't know. But so what's the thinking involved in here? Okay. I have a restaurant that has to serve 50 people. Well, probably there's going to be 5 or 6 people working in the kitchen, right? Can't be one. probably got people coming in and out. So let's say you need 6 people in the kitchen. Go back to this table. Exercise room. No, that doesn't. Gymnasiums, no. Inpatient treatment, no. Library, no. Kitchen, commercial, 200 rows. You need 200 square feet for every single person that works in the kitchen. Half dozen people. How big is the kitchen? Six times 200. Need at least 1,200 square feet for the kitchen. Bar seating area, what's the capacity? It's going to be similar, less the bar, which is going to be kind of kitchen. So say there's one person behind the bar that might want 200 square feet. And then each person sitting down needs 15 square feet. Say that's going to get 4 people, 200 plus 4 times 15. Is that 90? 4 times 15, 60. Bar lounge, 200, 200. Close enough. Restrooms, number of people, 1 per 75. You figure those things out. Let's make a long story short and say each restroom is probably going to be 50 square feet each. I move the area outside of the room. There may be changing areas, other stuff, but so my restaurant for 50 people, can I fit, how much room do I need for it? Do you see what I'm doing here? It's like, I deleted that area and I'm trying to figure out where it's going to fit. That's schematic design. This is a tool. You don't have to do it this way. When you guys get to senior to thesis and you start thinking about budgeting, allocating space, and you can ask me about this anytime. Schematic design. using area plans in Revit. It's easy if you think about it logically. Don't get discouraged when you're thinking about how much space. You're abstracting okay. Questions? If there are no questions, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Sandra.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Sandra.